on YouTube. Yes. Oh, man. Yes, we are live on YouTube, and there's practically no wind today. This is going to be great. This is going to be a show with absolutely no audio issues. Unless I get cut off, from the cell tower, which happens at times. I'm hearing some people talking rather loud in the background, but that's okay. I'm talking loud too. It's all good. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. Michael Portnoy, you seem to be here every single stream. Do you work from home, or do you have a job that allows you to just pop on at any time? I'm kind of half jokingly saying this, but maybe Michael Portnoy is the doctor. If you're new here, you're going to have no clue who the doctor is, but I guess the ongoing joke for people that have been a part of my community for a while, stemming back to several years, the ongoing joke is that people say I think that every soccer account is the doctor, and that could be a possibility, but anyway. Welcome to the show, Michael Portnoy. You're very consistent, man. And I'm also, very intuitive, bro, and that's all good. That's all good. Office job, trying to look busy. It's hard to sit in front of a computer, LOL. Yeah, no kidding. I do it enough with these videos and streams from the studio. That's why I love doing these walks. It gives me an opportunity to get out and move around, get some exercise in, and chat with the wonderful people of my community. Hey, Coach, says Michael Portnoy. And he says, yes, I'm first, Coach. Well, welcome to the show, Michael Portnoy. Who else is here? Who else is here? I'm sure there are a few other people that can chat. We've got 6 in the box to start things off. And I've got a great topic for you folks here today. A great topic for you folks here today that I'm going to be discussing professionally. So, if you're here to seek smack talk or community drama smack talk and stuff like that, that's not what the point of this stream is. So, if you're waiting for that, then you're in the wrong place. But today, if you're here to actually hear my feedback based on my many, many years of experience regarding how sustainable drama content is and how it affects you, then stick around, because a lot of people don't realize how much it's going to affect them in the future, even if they're benefiting from it at this point. And this is something that I've talked about every now and then in the past, but today I am dedicating an entire show to it, because I know there are some great content creators out here on YouTube that are really, really good people, but they are wrapped in and sucked into the drama vortex. And I'll tell you what's keeping them there. I'll just say this, and then I'll hold off on the rest until some more people show up. It's money. It's all about the money. Because, drama content will make you quick money. It will draw a drama audience that is willing to donate to you because of the content you're creating. And that's it. It's basically money based. But what happens when the money stops coming in? Are you going to continue creating drama content for free? No, you do it for the money. You do it for the attention. You do it because you feel that offering something genuine to this world is not going to get you the same traction. Initially, maybe so. But if you work hard at something more meaningful over the course of time, it will pan out, and then it'll be more sustainable and make you a hell of a lot more money down the road if you stick to it. The perfect example, I hate to sound selfish. I'm not trying to sound selfish. I'm the perfect example of that. I've been doing this for 5 years. And finally, after 5 years or 5.5 years or so of doing this, things are starting to head in the right direction for me. But I'm still growing. I'm still building. And it's going to take time, but eventually I'm building something sustainable here. That's also going to be much more profitable than drama content will ever be. So we'll talk more about that in just a little bit. But for right now, and gosh, I'm going to have to use the restroom right when I get to the other side of the trail. It's all that coffee I had today. And I'm feeling great today. I'm feeling really good. It's about 80 degrees here today. A very, very light wind, about 5 miles an hour or less, which is great for the audio, of these streams. Getting my vitamin D and just enjoying spending time with you folks here. Later tonight on my other channel, Coach Eli 2 Uncensored live streams at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. My lady and I are going to be going live tonight, and we're going to be discussing some breakthroughs that she recently had. And we wanted to talk about this to share with people, how, allowing a coach to help you will make a big difference. As long as you have the right coach and they know what they're doing, how having the right coach in your pocket will help you turn things around over the course of time, even when it appears to be going the other way. There's a lot more to her story. There's an update, and it's a really good update. And she wanted to do this. And I'm glad she wanted to do this because her story just keeps on getting better and better and better. I'm just amazed at how this woman has turned her life around when things started to go south after she got divorced. I think it was almost 15 years ago. I think it was it was 11 or 12 years ago or something like that. When people go through divorce, it changes everything, right? And many men and women struggle after divorce, especially more so, women, because they're much more emotional than men. I'm not saying men aren't emotional, they are, but women are emotional all the time. And, to see the major turnaround this woman has made in her life over the last 8 or 9 months is incredible. And it's a story that needs to be, continuously updated so you folks understand how the coaching process works. Now, I don't consider my lady a client, and I don't consider myself coaching her, but in actuality, I've been helping her in the same ways as I would help anyone I'd be coaching. And her sharing her stories, brings more value to what her and I are going to be offering you folks here, starting now and into the future, and into the foreseeable future. It's called showing or sharing value, bringing value. And I've tried to explain this to my lady, because there have been times where my lady even questioned me. I'll go public on this, I don't care. We talked about it. Where she's like, are you using me for content? No. You just have an amazing story. And if you're going to be my life partner and my business partner, and we're doing this together, and we do everything together as life partners should, we should share your story. Like I've shared mine. I've shared my story. You're sharing yours now. And if we're going to truly be able to help people turn their lives around, we have to be completely honest and upfront with them first, right? We have to lead by example, right? Something that many people don't do nowadays is lead by example. And that's one thing I've always done in my life. I've always led by example in any leadership situation I've been in, whether it be at work as a manager or as, a boyfriend or whatever I've led in my life. I've always led by example, because if you don't lead by example, how do you expect people to respect you? How can you tell people to do something that you yourself won't do? How can you manage people to do something that you yourself won't do or aren't willing to do or have never done before, right? The best managers, the best leaders in life lead by example. And I will tell you, one of the people I respect the most, I'm going to be using him as an example here today, because he's a very sustainable, non-drama content creator and life coach / transformation coach. That's Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins has always led by example. And that's why I respect him. He will never, ever, ever, ever tell anyone to do something that he himself hasn't already done or wouldn't be willing to do, right? So, that is that. So again, join us tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on my other channel, Coach Eli 2, Uncensored Live Streams. My lady and I will be updating you on the most recent breakthrough of her incredible life transformation she started making a little over 8 months ago. And to those of you that have been following the story for a while, it's going to answer a lot of your maybe warranted questions or curious questions, right? You'll find out about that tonight. And if you haven't heard the story, you can go on Coach Eli 2. And if you scroll through the last 5 or 6 streams I've done, with the exception of the one I did last night, that was a dating advice stream. I've done many streams with my lady, including sharing her story in 2 parts. Between both parts, it was about almost 8 hours of content. So if you want to get the backstory, it's all there. It's all there. If you're new and have no clue about what's been going on. People get a rush. If drama, they get sucked in. That's how you typed it. Drama is addicting, LOL. There's a channel in here. I'm not going to mention the name. None of the mods have banned it, but it says, I totally love drama. Well, what do you love about drama? I mean, you're a sock account, probably just trolling. But what do you have to say? That's okay. We'll hear what you have to say. Because part of, drama is trolling people. Trolling is considered drama, in my opinion. But I'm going to reset the chat here because I think the chat froze, and I'll be right back. All right, we are back live. All right, we are back live. I got a few messages that I was able to check when I was offline for a second from behind the scenes. I just want to let that person know that reached out to me from behind the scenes. Thank you for making me aware of what you made me aware of, and thank you for taking care of it. Much love. Appreciate you. Anyway, that account was not of line, so no need to block them. Sure. Anna Rom's in the house at work lurking. Hey, welcome to the show, Anna. Michael Portnoy says, sometimes you have no choice when people are trying to go real life, spreading misinformation. You just want to defend yourself, so you basically get sucked into drama. I don't think you can just ignore. Yeah, I mean, Michael, you're right to a certain extent. You're right to a certain extent. Everybody deals with it online and offline. And yes, you do need to. Oh, well, you don't need to, but there's nothing wrong with you addressing it once or twice to raise awareness for your audience or a group of people in real life that there may be drama involved. I used to run my own networking organization, and every so often there'd be some drama amongst the leaders and other members. And I had to address it, obviously. You have to address it, right? The problem is, out here on YouTube, it's a digital platform, and there are people that intentionally, try to keep a back and forth going with you because they're dependent on that back and forth from as many people as possible for their content and for their paycheck, right? So that's where, the issue lies, with defending yourself, right? And this is something that all people that plan on being full-time YouTubers or even part-time YouTubers need to learn to handle and need to learn to ignore and need to learn to just focus on their own content regardless of what's happening. Because again, like I've said before in the past, YouTube is a shared platform, right? So it's inevitable that these things are going to happen. You just have to handle each situation, in the best ways possible. Let me see here. All right, folks, I need to reset the chat. I will be right back. For some reason, the chat's freezing up today. Apparently, my moderators are sleeping or they're unavailable. How do you keep yourself from not getting triggered, Michael Portnoy? Is that an honest question there, Michael? How do you keep yourself from not getting triggered? Are you asking because I've learned to not get triggered anymore and not let it affect me? So how can I help other people learn to not get triggered? Well, if that's what you're asking, I have no control over my reactions or my emotions. Sorry, I have no control over anyone's reactions or emotions besides my own, which is what I'm trying to say, right? So it's a choice that you have to make within yourself. All I can do is motivate you and encourage you to learn to become stronger and ignore things and understand why these people are saying these things about you in the first place. Like I've said before in the past, people are going to try to kick other people down that they perceive to be better than them, right? There's no reason anyone would ever attack anyone that, they were better at already, right? People attack other people they perceive to be better than them based on jealousy and other aspects, that they've gone through in their life. They're projecting their own unhappiness and misery and insecurities onto people that are happy and secure and stable, right? But not getting triggered is something that you have to come to terms with deep within. And it all starts off, like I've always said in the past, by, first of all, truly loving yourself and having the attitude like I have. I don't really give a shit about what anyone thinks about me. You got to have that attitude when you truly believe that you don't give a shit about what anyone thinks about you. Nothing anyone says will bother you. You can let it roll off. You can choose what to respond to and what to not respond to. And furthermore, like I've said, and I sound like a broken record, but like I've always also said, repetition's the mother of skill. The more and more you say things, the more it'll sink into people. The only opinion of yourself that should really matter is your own. Like for me, the only opinion of myself that matters is my own. So if I don't necessarily feel the need to value anyone else's opinions, then any negative opinions that people say about me are not going to bother me. I can choose to focus That's a loud chopper. That looks like one of those medical choppers. It's like an orange chopper. I can choose whose opinions to value and whose opinions to not value. But to get to that point, it takes a lot of courage, takes a lot of strength, and it also takes experience. You first have to go through, everything I went through, such as, you're going to go through in life where you're going to feed into these things, and you're going to go back and forth with people that are attacking you, and you're going to try to prove to them why they're wrong. Even though they're wrong, you're going to still try to prove to them, because that's just a natural reaction that most human beings have, right? But when you start to realize that their opinion doesn't really matter, and it's a waste of time and energy, and all these people are trying to do is knock you down to their level so they can feel better about themselves, you won't even feel the need to feed into it. You'll know it's a waste of time and energy, right? It's a time and energy suck. And there's nothing more draining than emotional drain. There's nothing more draining than emotional drain. I've really got to use the restroom, so I'm probably going to pull off here in a second and go off the air. Dusty's Girl, hey y'all, taking a small break. Welcome to the show, Dusty's Girl. Michael Portnoy says, just asking an honest question. Okay, great. Fantastic. I'm going to get more into it after I use the restroom. We're going to get things going because there's a lot to talk about, and I'll be taking your questions in the chat as well. And I really hope that this stream, this live stream or live stream replay really hits some really good people I know on this platform that are stuck in the drama vortex. They're continuing to feed into other creators and they're going back and forth with these creators because they're thinking it's the most productive thing to do. And for the time being, yeah, they're making money and yeah, they're getting views, but how long is that going to last? How sustainable is it? We'll address. All right, we are back live. Let's get back on the trail. Oh man, that feels so much better, I'll tell you that. A little bit of a stronger breeze here, but nothing too crazy. Excuse me, got to clear my throat. All right, let me check out the chat here for a second. You really been through the ringer. You are a true example that it is possible to overcome. All like they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Didn't miss that one. Oh, okay. Sorry I missed the troll. I'm eating dinner and listening with the screen on. Yeah, no problem, Coach J. You must have YouTube Premium. I love YouTube Premium. All right. All right. Yeah, we're not here to deal with that crap. That's just a dumb trolling question there. And I knew that one was going to get banned eventually. All right, let's get right to it, folks. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose Live Edition, live from the San Francisco Bay Trail here in beautiful Redwood City, California, where it's about 80 degrees today, maybe a little bit cooler with the breeze, about 77, 78. Really nice day for a walk. Perfect day for a walk. I may end up doing the entire trail today. I'm feeling very energized. This is episode number 294. Episode number 294. And the topic today is, how sustainable is drama content, and how much does it really affect you? How much does it affect you? Right? And how does it affect you? One more time. How sustainable is drama content, and how does it affect you? How does it affect you in the long run? Right? How does it truly affect you? Because there are a lot of people out here on the YouTube platform, for example, that are live and die drama for their, for their paycheck, and as their livelihood, as their entertainment, as their friendships and stuff like that. There are people that have invested 100% of their current life into YouTube drama by running YouTube drama channels, making their income, and supposedly building a group of friends, right? And what a lot of these people don't realize is that, in my opinion, and I've been challenged regarding this behind the scenes, and that's okay, no problem. People can challenge me. You can challenge me in the chat, and we'll talk about it here. I firmly believe that drama content is not sustainable long term. Drama content is only sustainable for any particular individual as long as they remain relevant. Let me repeat that one more time. Drama content is only sustainable as long as that particular person creating the drama content is relevant. The moment you lose your relevancy is the moment that you are out of business. Now, you could sit here and tell me, well, doesn't relevancy involve even non-drama businesses? Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. But drama is different. Drama content, whether it's fake or real or however you do it, is different than real content, in my opinion. And why? Why? Let's break it down. Let's break it down by stating, what does it take? For example, out here on YouTube, what does it take to run a sustainable drama channel, right? What does it take to run? Okay? And what does it cost you? not only monetarily, but mentally and emotionally and even physically. What does it cost you? See, part of drama content being sustainable requires that particular channel owner to be physically healthy enough and mentally and emotionally healthy enough to keep it going. That statement there alone will shorten the life of someone creating this content by miles and miles and miles and miles. Drama has been happening since 335 BC. That's great, Coach Eli. I'm sure drama's been around since the inception of time. Today I'm talking specifically about the sustainability and relevancy of drama content, which I firmly believe is not sustainable long term. They want to get a good grade on Social Blade, says Michael. Michael furthermore says, drama brings in super chats and views. It's all about the numbers for some peeps. Midnight Raven says, drama content can sometimes promote your channel. All publicity is good publicity. Raven furthermore says, what is the issue with drama if drama is profitable? The issue, in my opinion, Midnight Raven, is it's not sustainable long term. Drama content is only sustainable for that particular creator or any creator for as long as they remain relevant. As long as you remain relevant amongst your drama peers, right? It's sustainable, right? But at what expense does it take to stay relevant? You see, folks, I'm going to take you on a deep dive in what I've seen over the last 5 years out here on YouTube and what I've seen many drama creators go through to remain relevant and sustain what they have going on to make their money, right? Because again, it all boils down to money, right? Okay. Think about it. If you're starting a new channel, you're not going to be able to hire a production company. You're not going to be able to hire an office manager, a videographer, a video editor. You're going to have to do everything yourself. Most drama creators on YouTube do everything themselves, right? That in itself takes a toll, right? But in order to remain relevant, you've got to go out all over YouTube and stir up the pot. The creators I've seen on YouTube that stir up the pot do this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? There are times where I wasn't able to sleep some nights and I'd wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning or even at 12 or 1 a.m., right? Pacific time. And some of these drama creators were on live stream panels in the middle of the night. And these people primarily were on the East Coast. They were on live stream panels at 2, 3, 4 in the morning their time, after they had just finished 2 streams of their own earlier that previous evening, right? And then earlier that morning, they were on other panels, right? That's the amount of work it takes to keep this sustainable. You've got to go from stream to stream to stream, to channel to channel to channel. You've got to troll, right? Get on panels, talk smack, get people to feed into you, and then go on, create your own shows, and then find time to sleep at some point, right? It's a vicious cycle that these drama creators have to do each and every day. And in order to respond to the people that you're talking shit about, you got to watch their stuff for hours and listen to what they have to say about you. Because if you don't get it right, then you'll get attacked for not getting it right. The amount of time that you have to invest each and every day to sustain your relevancy as a drama shit show creator is not worth it to me. It's not worth it from a money standpoint, and it's also not worth it from a health standpoint. It will drain your health, and you're only going to be limited to the amount of money you can make. You're going to be limited to the amount of money you can make. So let's talk about money. How much money do these drama channels make? Are there some bigger drama channels on YouTube? Sure, but it is very rare from what I've seen that these drama content creators grow their channels past 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers. Some of them get to 5K subscribers. Some of them get to 10K subscribers. But what happens? Why do most of these drama channels never grow past 2 to 3K subscribers, or in some cases no more than 5 or 10K subscribers? The reason is because in order for them to make their content damning enough and cringy enough for people to drop everything to tune in, they have to violate the YouTube community guidelines, monetization policies, and the YouTube terms of service. These channels constantly violate the terms of service. Even if they're not monetized and they're just taking PayPal or Cash App donations, right? These channels are still violating the community guidelines, and they're being mass flagged by the people that they're talking shit about that are also talking shit about them. They're like flagging each other back and forth. It's like flagging wars, right? This is what I've seen. It's ridiculous, right? So what ends up happening? These channels, once they reach a certain level, at first they get demonetized and removed from the YouTube Partner Program, and then shortly after that, they get their channels shut down for a terms of service violation, furthering my statement, or furthering the validity of my statement, saying that drama content is not sustainable long term, especially if you do it on social media, especially on YouTube, right? I'll give you some examples of some drama that has been sustainable long term, kind of like the Kardashians and some of the Hollywood stars. Okay, some drama content that's produced in the mainstream with a large production company is sustainable. But a lot of that is fake. And even a lot of the drama that is created by YouTube creators out here is fake as well, right? But when you're creating a show in the real world for the mainstream media, it's pre-produced. And you're not susceptible or subject to the same terms of service as you are on YouTube, right? These production companies in real life that create sustainable drama, such as Jerry Springer, Maury Povich, the Kardashians, etc., right? Or shows like The View and stuff like that. These shows have sponsors already lined up, have channels and networks already agreeing to take on that content, and everything is already pre-planned, right? For drama shit creators on YouTube, you're creating things on the fly, and you're also dealing with the YouTube terms of service. Give me a second here. Michael Portnoy, Molly Golightly has over 50,000 subscribers, and she's a drama channel. That's great. She's one of the rare exceptions that is, so far surviving as a drama channel, right? But here's another thing. I think I've run into Molly Golightly once, but she's pretty cute, right? Molly Golightly is attractive, right? Here's another thing. Here's another important factor that will either make you relevant or not so relevant as a drama content creator, online or offline, is your physical attractiveness. If you are a very attractive man or woman, but more so attractive women get more drama attention than attractive men, because women are, can sell their drama more to the thirsty beta males, right? A lot of thirsty beta males and men in general will follow a drama queen as long as she's just a hot, sexy woman, right? Just the way it goes. Burger Boy, suck account. Am I triggering you, Burger Boy? Are you someone that wants to get a lick in at me because you just don't like me? Burger Boy, there are many monetized lolcow coverage channels and drama channels. You might need to do your research before you dismiss them. I'm not dismissing them, sir. What I'm saying is that their time will come, Burger Boy. I'm just an opinion with I'm just a viewer with an opinion, sir. No, sir, you are a troll. But as long as you don't violate my rules, you can stay here. Sir, I'm not a stupid ass. I've been around these YouTube streets for a while. So, you don't need to come at me with your sir bullshit. Best wishes to your stream and thank you for the response. I don't know who that is, Dusty's girl, but you know it's a troll. It's not a big deal. It is what it is. There are some people sitting at the bench at the end of this trail. I'm going to go right past them and go up to well, there are people on the observation deck too. So I'm probably going to turn around here. And start heading back. So Molly Go Lightly. I think I ran across her channel one time. She's pretty cute, pretty hot, right, Michael Portnoy? So your appearance on camera and your tone of voice make a big difference whether you're going to be a sustainable drama content creator or not. But again, just because Molly Go Lightly has 50K subscribers right now and hasn't been, I'm sure she's probably still a part of the YouTube Partner Program. If she hasn't been removed from the YouTube Partner Program, I'm sure she's had at least some community guideline strikes or warnings, right? I'm sure she's had some copyright claims. There are a lot of issues that drama creators deal with to run their business. They're typically using other people's content. Sometimes they use the content of major production companies, music companies, and news outlets that are a part of YouTube's content ID system, and they get copyright claims that further harm their monetization status. Right? You're dealing with copyright issues, copyright claims. You're dealing with community guidelines, etc. When you're a drama content creator, each and every day, you're dealing with issues. And there's never, ever, ever a moment that you're able to relax. Is that how you want to live your life? Just to make some fast cash initially for a little while until you get canceled when you're no longer relevant? Right? Think about it. Most people here don't want to hear what I'm saying. Most people here think, oh, you're just jealous because you're not making as much money as the drama channels. No, I'm not right now, but eventually I'll be making 10 times or 20 times more, and I'll explain more about that in just a little bit here. Let me reset the chat because I think it froze again. I'll be right back. Somebody coming back from the observation deck of the trail. I'm just gonna pull up to the side and let them pass real quick. I've been blitzing through the hill real good. She used to be 30 pounds lighter. I respect your experiences, Burger Boy. Okay. Never sorry, no disrespect, Dusty. So what you're saying Michael Portnoy is that Molly Golightly used to be in better shape and she put on 30 pounds, probably because she's been sitting on her ass doing drama content all day, every day. That's another issue drama creators, deal with, is they're very sedentary. They're sitting on their computer all day or on their couch with their smartphone or tablet all day, watching other drama streams so they know what type of drama streams to respond to, right? And then they're eating and eating and eating and eating crappy foods and not exercising, again, being sedentary, and they start gaining weight, which makes them unhealthy, right? Physically unhealthy, right? On top of the mental and emotional unhealthy aspects that they're dealing with by creating, feeding into, and even in many cases instigating this type of content just to stay relevant and have an audience and make money, right? You see where I'm going with this, folks? See, the right people, the people that really want to rise above this are going to truly understand what I'm saying here. I'm just kidding with young Michael. Dusty's girl's laughing. I was 30 pounds lighter before the pie I just ate. That's great, Coach J-Rom. I know how it feels to have a nice piece of pie. That's why I walk at least 3 to 4 miles each day, or almost every day, so I can enjoy that piece of pie. I love all different types of pie. Well, including the pie that all men should like. But we know there's one guy in this drama community that doesn't like female pie. Let's just put it that way. You know what female pie is, right? Right, Coach J-Rom? This one dude doesn't like to eat female pie like most other men do. That's that just kills me right there. It just cracks me up. It was a peanut butter chocolate cream pie with Reese's Cups on it. Good one, Dusty's girl, says Michael Portnoy. So what kind of money can you make as a drama content creator? Right? How sustainable is it? Again, as long as you remain relevant and you work all day, every day, never take a day off, right? Go to other streams, watch other videos regarding the people that you're attacking and are attacking you all day, every day, then creating your own content. As long as you can sustain that all day, every day, you'll do okay. And you'll make a certain amount of money. But you'll never ever make beyond a certain point. Because at one point or another, one of these many things I'm mentioning is going to kill your business. If it's not YouTube shutting you down for violating the terms of service, it's your audience getting tired of what you're talking about and leaving you. Then you have to replace that audience with other people, meaning that on top of you researching your content every day and creating your content, you got to find other people to support you. And it's very, very stressful. It's very, very stressful, especially if you had, let's say, a group of 30 or 40 people that were paying you a certain amount of money and you needed that money for your livelihood. But then something happened with one of the people you were going against, and half those people now have left you. Now you've lost half your income. Now put you in a tailspin. So now, again, not only do you have to continue doing what you're already doing all day, every day, watching other streams and videos, going to other panels, running your own panels and making your own videos. Now you've got to go out there and find 20 people to replace those 20 people that just left. Further adding to your stress, anguish, right? It becomes extremely mentally and emotionally taxing. I've seen many drama creators out here on this platform reach a certain level. They were at the top of their game. And then they pushed it to continue growing past the top of their game. And when they pushed it, they pissed off more than half their audience, and they lost 50 to 60% of their paying audience. That's what happens. That's what happens, right? And there are certain creators that get fixated on going back and forth with one or two creators, and they're live and die those creators for their content, kind of like how a lot of people were with me for the last several years, up until the last year or so when I just stopped feeding into these people. These people kept going back and forth with me, certain drama creators, right? And they made the majority of their money, and they gained the majority of their relevancy based on me feeding into them, right? A lot of these people will put their stock in one or two creators, and once that drama is done, then they're done. Then they're no longer relevant. And remember, like I said at the beginning of this show, drama is only going to be sustainable for as long as you remain relevant, right? And there are many things that can quickly and easily make you irrelevant on this platform as a drama content creator. So again, how much money can you make? From what I've seen, there are some channels that are sponsored to create drama content. I never thought it could be possible, but anything is possible nowadays, right? But even if you're sponsored and you're making a couple $1,000s a month from a sponsor, right? How much more money are you going to make from donations? Let's say you make another. Let's just be very generous and say that these creators are making $5,000 a month in donations and $2,000 a month in sponsorship money. That's $7,000. I'm being very generous here, but it's going to make sense, because even being this generous, you're going to see what I'm talking about here in a second. So now you're at $7,000, right? And let's say they have merch and stuff. They make another $1,000. So let's say they make $8,000 a month. If they consistently keep that same audience, get the same donations, and that always fluctuates, but let's say they were able to sustain it forever, they would make no more than $120,000 per year. And let me tell you something right now. In today's modern world, it doesn't matter where you live. $120,000 is shit for money. It's nothing. And I understand in some rural areas back east in the Midwest and the South, you can do okay with that. But here in the Bay Area where I live, like you're barely getting by with that kind of money, right? And if you're going to be a true entrepreneur is an entrepreneur because they truly want to be able to make or have unlimited income earning potential. Drama content has a limited income earning potential, in my opinion. Also, drama is one of the genres of content where people can get canceled the easiest and the fastest, right? People might come and say, Eli, well, we canceled you a long time ago. Who canceled me? I'm not a drama person. I'm doing my own thing, right? And quite frankly, I'm not out here dependent on anyone, for my survival, right? I don't go out, recruiting people to donate this and that. I create my content and let people come to me, right? Drama people have to recruit people, have to play games to keep people around, have to make threats and blackmail people to keep them around. Some drama channels also say, well, why are you going to that channel? I thought you were a part of my group, my cult group, right? That's another thing you're dealing with, right? Adding more stress to the drama creators trying to keep their shit show and money making, opportunity together, right? Made 2 hour stop at the house on my way to the northeast and left a cream pie there. LOL. Well, that's great, dude. I'm proud of you that you left a cream pie at the house. I'm sure your lady appreciated that. You know, the terminology we have nowadays, our vocabulary has become very, very colorful, right? So $120,000 a year. That's if you have a solid group of maybe 30 or 40 consistent, and loyal fans that are donating all the time. You have a sponsor paying you a few grand per month, and you've got some good merch that's bringing in $1,000 per month. Most of these drama channels don't even have half of that, right? But again, even if you had all that, okay, what's the most you're going to make? 120 grand a year, right? And you're supposed to file taxes on all that money, but a lot of these creators don't file taxes on all that money, right? But paying taxes on 120 grand with self-employment tax and all that, and if you have all your write-offs in place as business expenses, out of that 120 grand, you'll get 75 or 80 grand. You're going to be paying about 40 to 45 grand in taxes. So in essence, you're going to be clearing about, let's just give them the benefit of the doubt, 80 grand, right? $80 grand. So you're looking at about, what about, let's see, you got, what is it, about 6.5 grand per month, something like that? Like 6,500 a month, if I'm doing it correctly. Yeah, around 6 grand or so. Clear, right? Is that worth it to you? Is it worth it to you to make that little amount of money? Is that going to sustain you for the rest of your life if you're able to sustain it in the ways I was mentioning a bit ago regarding what your challenges are? Whether you get removed from YouTube or not is one aspect. Whether you can keep your loyal fans and supporters around or not, right? And can you sustain working 24 hours a day, every day for the rest of your life to keep it going, right? Because with a thirsty drama audience like that, you take a day or two off and these people are going to be missing you. They're dependent on you because the people supporting you are just like you and the content you're creating. They have a need for that, right? They have a need for drama content just like we have a need for water to survive, right? They're that addicted to it, right? Are you going to be able to sustain your audience's addiction or addictions? Oh, there's that nice plane. That's a beaut. Wow, that is a beaut. Oh, by the way, I found out today that next Friday, I believe it's the 22nd, is the release of Top Gun Maverick after all these years of seeing previews. So, baby, if you're watching, I want to go see the new Top Gun movie. 30 plus years later. I look forward to it. How many of you are going to go out there and see Top Gun Maverick? I will pay to go see that in the theater. I will do that movie justice. I will go watch it on the widescreen. And I will try to get a theater that has those D-box seats where the seats move around. 'Cause because that'll be a great experience in the movie theater. So, baby, you've got a date next weekend with me. Let me reset the chat here, folks. I believe the chat is frozen. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Michael Portnoy says, recruiting new grads to be Walmart managers for $220,000 starting salary. Why are they recruiting new grads to be Walmart store managers for $220,000? That's what a general manager for a Walmart makes. That's quite a lot of money. I can understand if they're making that in the Bay Area, but if they're making that all over the country, $220,000 a year, living in Timbuktu in the Midwest or the South is a pretty good paycheck. But I guess they don't have a whole lot of qualified employees or dedicated employees, because a lot of their workers now are millennials and Gen Zers that are lazy. I'm sorry to say so, but they're lazy and they just have no work ethic, right? So they have no desire to move up through management, right? They have no desire, right? So now it looks like Walmart's desperate to, hire college grads and put them in the position of a general manager of a Walmart with no retail experience, right? And no management experience, right? Right? How in the world can you hire somebody right out of college with a degree to be a general manager of a huge company like Walmart at a store level when they more than likely never worked in retail and never managed any people? You think that degree is going to do something? Is going to miraculously bring you the best damn employee you can get? I think that's the problem that's happening nowadays, Michael Portnoy, with these millennials and Gen Zers. They're so damn lazy. They have no work ethic. They don't want to work, right? That now companies are getting desperate to fill in crucial positions just to run their operations. Wow. That is crazy. That's about what a company truck driver makes. $6,667. Okay, so you figured it out here. It was about 6.5, 66.6, right? Okay. Now, granted, these people that are running these drama channels, can they live off that money in certain areas in the U.S. and in the country? Sure. But they're going to live a minimalist lifestyle, and they're going to be sedentary at home all day, every day, probably drinking alcohol, drinking beer, eating like crap, right? Gaining lots of weight, becoming more and more unhealthy, right? Physically. Then, as they have to keep on working harder to replace people that come and go from their loyal supporters, they're going to keep on becoming more mentally and emotionally disturbed, or it's gonna take a toll on them, which is what I'm trying to say. It's gonna take a toll on them in mental and emotional ways. It's gonna increase their level of stress, furthering the decline of their physical health. On top of gaining weight, they're gonna have stress. And what's going to happen to these people? Hey, if YouTube doesn't take them out for violating the guidelines, if they're not canceled for people leaving them, they're going to end up taking themselves out because their bodies are not going to be able to tolerate this by a certain point. In essence, they're killing themselves. Pardon my French. It's the truth, right? And no one wants to hear this. No one wants to hear this right now because these damn millennials, a lot of millennials are running these channels right now. A lot of these guys and gals in their 30s and some in their late 20s, right? They're running these drama channels, and they're sitting in some basement or, you know, wherever they live. They're sitting in some rat hole where they live, right? And they think they're getting a lot of attention, and they think that they're making decent money. But what they don't realize that it's all going to end up falling apart in one of the ways I mentioned. They're either going to lose it all one way or another, or they're going to take themselves out with the amount of stress and mental and emotional overload that they deal with. They're gonna, it's gonna take a huge toll on their mental and emotional state, and it's gonna create more stress. And stress kills, folks. That's what you folks don't understand. Stress is a leading killer. There's this YouTuber that passed away recently named Kevin Samuels. He was in great health, and he had a heart attack all of a sudden and passed away. You want to know what I think killed him? Stress. I bet the guy had a lot of stress. He was an image consultant, and he was, he also ran a YouTube channel that reached over 1 million subs. And he was also being real with both men and women that would call into his show. And he dealt with a lot of stress, right? And maybe he had a lot of bills too. For the amount of success he apparently reached, he only lived in an apartment. Apparently he had lots of money but only lived in an apartment, so who knows? Maybe he was in debt, who knows? But if I had to guess what killed the guy, it's stress, right? Understand that stress will get to you if you keep pushing your body beyond what it was meant to do. And in order to make drama sustainable, you have to constantly push your body beyond what it was meant to do. And eventually it will catch up to you. And there are people watching me right now that used to come at me. And no matter what they say in response, which I don't care if they respond or not, you know deep within how much of a toll this has taken on you physically, mentally, and emotionally. It has drained the shit out of you. And you wish you could do something else that paid you at least what you were making. Right? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Either my chat's freezing or people are just listening and not chatting. I got some people coming behind me, and they're walking around the same pace I am. So I'm going to keep on going. But I'm going to go off the air for a second, folks, and reset the chat, and I'll be right back. There we are. Huh. All right, give me a second, folks. I'm going to pull off to the side and read the chat here and let some people pass by and see what these moronic trolls have to say. Michael Portner says, yep, I couldn't believe it myself. They sure do. That's a lot of money for a general manager at a Walmart. Even here in the Bay Area, that's considered good money. In one of those urban areas, in one of those rural areas back in the Midwest and the South, if they pay that amount there, that's damn good money. Store managers deal with a lot of BS and drama. Of course they do. And they didn't know how to handle it. You think these dudes out of college or these chicks out of college with no retail experience or management experience are going to be able to step into the role of a store manager, general store manager at a big ass Walmart and be able to handle that shit, they're not going to know what to do. They're not even going to know about products and selling and payroll and scheduling and merchandising and, pricing shit and inventory. They're not going to know a damn thing. I'll tell you, folks, we are beginning to see the destruction of the workforce because the work ethic amongst the millennials and any generation after the millennials has gone down the frickin' toilet. It really has. Michael Portnoy says high turnover rate. Of course, because these people don't want to work. When my lady was working in retail, she saw so much turnover because these kids don't take their job seriously. They can get another job just like that. Coach Jerem says 80K is great money in most states. However, how are you going to enjoy it when you're 400 pounds and can't breathe when you walk? And that's exactly what I was saying, Coach Jerem, is that it's not just about, making that money. It's what are you doing to make that money? If you're 400 pounds sitting on your ass at a computer and your health has gone to shit, eventually you're not going to be able to walk. Eventually you're going to be in the hospital on some IVs and not going to be able to do it. Part of me saying that being a drama creator is not sustainable long term is because of that. And you're seeing this happen. Look, J-Rom, you and I used to be involved with some of these creators, unknowingly. We really never wanted to get involved with drama. But these people sucked us in initially because they led us to believe they're not drama channels, right? But they ended up being that way, right? But look at them. Look at them. These people we've been involved with, all of them are overweight or out of shape to some degree, right? And some more so than others. And they continue to get worse and worse and worse, right? If YouTube doesn't take them out, right? If their supporters don't stop supporting them, then their own health will take them out. One way or another. This is not sustainable long term, in my opinion, of course. But I plead a pretty good case, don't I? Coach Jerem, look at all the comics like Sam Kinison, or however it's spelled, Lewis Black, and many others. Okay, good point. Anna Ram says, or since it was just him, he didn't see the point in owning a house. That's a possibility, but here's the thing, Anna. Why would you throw away money on rent if you can buy a house and pay a mortgage that costs the same each month and have your money go back into your own investment, not the person's rental property that you're renting from, right? So that's a pretty good argument right there. And I understand where you're coming from, right? But it's always better if you can find a home for the same price as a place that you would rent in your area. It's much better to buy and pay a mortgage at the same amount that you would be paying in rent somewhere else. But that's not always possible depending on where you live. I get that. Good point, though. Great question. Coach Yeram says, Anna and I can afford 3 houses. We choose not to buy. It is not in our plans. Perhaps in 10 or 15 years we will, but not yet. Well, it's up to each individual what they want to do, right? I'm not here to criticize anyone. All I was saying is that there was something that was worrying this guy that passed away on YouTube recently, Kevin Samuels. There was something that was stressing him out. And if he had the money that he had, You know, he was renting an apartment. He would have bought a house. I mean, anyone would buy a house over renting an apartment and not throwing that money away to the landlord. You'd be reinvesting it back into your own thing. It's just a common sense thing to do. That's all I was saying there. Crazy times we live in, says Michael Portnoy. And Michael Portnoy furthermore says, being a store manager in Walmart is very stressful, I bet. Being a store manager or assistant store manager or any type of manager in any retail environment is stressful, bro. But Walmart is like the retail version of Costco wholesale and Sam's Club. Sam's Club is owned by Walmart, Sam Walton. Sam's Club, Walmart, Sam Walton started both companies. Sam's Club is basically the Walmart version of Costco. Walmart is the retail version of Sam's Club. And so you're looking at these retail establishments that do high volume, have all the great products you want, are very fast paced, and are doing lots of business. And nowadays it's even more stressful because a lot of your business is online. So now you got to have people that are, you know, a lot of the stuff comes from, local warehouses that were created in addition to the stores for shipping. Because a lot of these companies, they do shipping, right? But some of it comes from a store level. So you've got to have people package shit and ship them out and then still run everything in the store for the in-store customers. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to even manage a small retail store, let alone a huge Walmart that's probably over 100,000 square feet. Heck, I don't know if I'd ever want to manage a store that big. I mean, the biggest store I ever managed had about 30 employees. I've never managed more than 30 employees in retail. I never worked for any one of those bigger stores, and I was never in management when I worked at Costco, which is why I left. I've shared my BS story of what held me back in the past. I'm not going to do it again here. So yeah, I've never experienced managing more than 30 people, even as a store manager. At certain companies I worked for as a store manager. Some as an assistant, some I worked my way up, but it's not easy work. It's not easy work for someone that's learned the business starting from the ground up as a cart pusher to an assistant to the cashier, to being a cashier, to being a stocker, to doing it all. Even at the level of how well I know retail, and I know it better than most people, to this day at age 48, I wouldn't want to run a big ass store like Walmart. It would be challenging for me with my experience, let alone a college grad coming right out of college, with a business degree and having no experience in the industry, management wise, or just the regular business aspects of the products that are sold there and how to run a retail business or how to run any retail business besides the managerial aspect, right? And you can sit there and, put some college grad through a 2-month training program, and they're not going to learn shit until they get into the trenches and learn that shit on their own. So, that's a big challenge for Walmart. Big challenge for Walmart, seeking store managers right now. All right, folks, I'm going to, I think the chat froze again. I'm going to actually go to the other side of the trail today and get in a full walk because I'm feeling absolutely amazing. As a reminder, as I'm about to turn the corner here, tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, live from the studio. Sorry, folks, we're back live. I'm sorry about that. I was saying, join us tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on Coach Eli 2, where my lady and I will be chatting it up and we'll be sharing the latest regarding her breakthrough that she's had recently, in addition to her life story she shared on the Coach Eli 2 Uncensored Live Streams channel last week. If you missed any of that content, go back and check it out. It's still there, will remain public. It'll catch you up on all the backstory. And, you know, if you're a lady, or even a man, but more so a lady, because it's my lady's story. If you're a lady and you've gone through divorce, or you've just had some hardships in life, you're going to want to hear her story. It's very inspirational. It'll give you the hope that you need to work through it, because anyone can work through it. I'm sure she can tell you, if she can work through it, so can you. If I can work through my shit, anyone can, right? So check out Coach Eli 2 Uncensored Live Streams. Again, tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. My lady and I will be going live, and then we're going to be inviting a panel of people on if they want to come on once we're done talking after the first hour. Nightbot's sharing the link to Coach Eli 2 Uncensored Live Streams in the chat every 7 minutes, or just go to youtube.com / Coach Eli Uncensored, youtube.com / Coach Eli Uncensored. Yeah, Jerome, the homes in certain areas may not be the best investments. You just have to invest in a home in an area where you see the price going up. You got to buy your homes in highly desirable areas and get in before the price goes up. Rent in Manhattan's at least $3,000 a month. Some people want to be part of city life. Well, in that part of New York, it's just like living in the Bay Area, man, the San Francisco Bay Area. And that is about the minimum rent you're going to get anywhere in the Bay Area for a one bedroom now. It's about $3,000 to $3,500. In many cases, it's gone up to $4,000. There are a lot of New York complexes, and the demand keeps going up. The supply is low, the demand is high. They keep building and building because all the jobs are out here. It's the high-tech industry. So, you know, people keep coming out here for work. The tech companies continue to hire people. They need more and more people as they further expand. So, you know, it drives the cost of living up. Plus, I mean, it's beautiful. The weather's great. This is a highly desirable area to live in. And same with Manhattan. Manhattan has one of the most beautiful skylines in the world. My lady used to live out, well, she was born there. She left when she was 3, but her family's from there originally. Her mother's from there originally, in that area. And Manhattan is gorgeous, man. It's if you're going to live in New York, that's where you live. You're right by the water there and all that shit, right by the Statue of Liberty, right? That area. Michael Portnoy says, J-Rom, you are so right. How much money I wasted. The city life is so overrated. And J-Rom says, city life is great if you want a big city office job, but I have no desire to be a desk jockey. Yeah, me too. Michael Portnoy says, yep, I was working long hours and I was so tired to actually enjoy all the entities that were included. Burnout says, you know, Michael Portnoy, there's just too much to read here. All work and no play makes Jack dull boy, says Coach J-Rom. Michael Portnoy, I had a bunch of gold diggers who wanted to get you hitched, LOL. Well, that's going to happen anywhere, dude. It happens here in the Bay Area, too. I don't really think women have anything to do with this. You as a man get to choose who you want to date and who you don't want to date. You start dating a woman and, you know, you can tell she's with you for the wrong reasons, just for your money, you'll be able to know. You can tell when a woman's really into you or when she's not. I fortunately have a good woman that's really into me for me. And I'm into her for her. I haven't done this side in a while. I actually missed this side because you're right along the water right here, and I feel this nice breeze. It's a nice, cool breeze. It's about 80 degrees, but this breeze is cooling me down to about 72 or 73 and keeping me from sweating. It's just, I couldn't, I couldn't be happier than I am right now. I wanted to put this message out here today because I know, and I'm not going to mention any channels by name, but I know there are some men and women out here that I've talked with recently. I've been on their panels recently. And there are other people that know about my existence that are stuck in this, drama vortex. And they did it because they know they're going to grow their channel fast and start making some quick cash, some quick, easy cash. But I will tell you, again, it's not sustainable long term. It's only going to get you so far before one of many things takes you out, whether it's your own health, whether it's YouTube that takes you out, whether it's your audience that stops donating. One of many ways will take you out if you continue doing stupid ass drama content. It's not sustainable long term. Unless you're in the mainstream media, it's not sustainable long term. And in the mainstream media, they have huge production companies and they amp that shit up, and it's more fake than anything you'll ever see out here on YouTube. At least there's some realistic aspect to even the fake drama on YouTube. That's, at least you're getting that. I'm sure most of you can agree with that. But I encourage all of you that are currently going back and forth with people in these stupid ass drama beefs. Even though you feel you're making good money and you're getting more traction and you think your channel's growing, it's not really growing. Because the moment your beef is over and you go back to creating your regular content, guess what? You're going to lose all those extra people you got that were paying you for your drama content. That's what you're not realizing, right? That's what you're not realizing. Hello, Gemma. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. How's it going, girl? Thank you for stopping on in. I'm willing to help anyone that's struggling to do away with drama and create something sustainable on YouTube. I'm willing to help you free of charge. The only thing I'm going to ask from you is I'd love to come on your channel for an interview and I can interview you on mine. I think that's a fair trade-off. I'd be willing to help you and support you, even behind the scenes, free of charge. And you can ask Coach J-Rom and other people like Gemma who are a part of our behind the scenes group as moderators. If you collaborate with us instead of continuing to create drama, you will learn so much and you will start to head in the right direction and you will get everything you want out of life in a positive way. We have the resources and we have great people that will uplift you each and every morning. Having this group of people is amazing. Now, I can't share this group with just anyone. I'm talking about other content creators out here that are currently just feeding into endless drama and have given up on their channel's original message. I'm here to throw you a lifeline and pull you out of that before you self-destruct. Trust me, you will eventually self-destruct. It is not sustainable long term. I know you're going to try to ride it for as long as you can, But again, it's only a matter of time before, your audience stops donating and they take you out, YouTube takes you out for terms of service violations, or you take yourself out because you stress yourself out. Can't even talk. You stressed yourself out to the point of where you gave yourself a heart attack or something like that, just like what happened to Kevin Samuels. One way or another, it's all going to come to an end. This type of content is not sustainable. I hope I made myself clear. Hey, Gemma, says Coach Eli. She says, hey, Josh, getting away from drama is so relaxing, says Coach Eli. Gemma's Journey Grace says, my channel has never been about drama, and I won't allow it to be drama. Absolutely. Folks, get your questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in about 10 minutes. I'm feeling really amazing today. I haven't done both sides of the trail in over a week. And just today, I feel amazing. I've been doing another detox. I've been using that Zupu I talked about many, many months ago. My lady bought me some Zupu after I used the bottle I bought for myself about 5 months ago. And you're supposed to do it every few months. So she bought me another bottle of Zupu, before I finished using my former bottle. And I said, I can't use it for another few months or so. So I waited a few months, started using it again, and I'll tell you, my system is almost clear. Like at 48 years old, I almost feel like I'm 21 again. My internals, my intestines, and my gut and all that stuff, my bladder and everything is so clear and clean. I feel it right now. I totally feel it. My sciatica after today has gone way down. It's still there, it is, but it's feeling better than ever. Just feeling amazing. And that's another thing I recommend for you folks. Every now and then, don't be afraid to do a colon cleanse. I recommend using Zupu, Z-U-P-O-O. You can get on Amazon or go to their website directly, zupu.com, I believe. You could try some other products. I use Super Colon Cleanse and Colon Cleanse daily as supplements from a company called Health Plus. You can get them from Amazon, but it's cheaper to get it from healthplus.net, I believe is what it is. Unpaid endorsement. They have some good deals there. Folks, you always want to, in order to have a healthy digestive system, you always want to drink at least 8 glasses of water per day, at least 8 ounces each. And also you want to digest a decent amount of fiber, because, fiber, helps you go number 2, let's put it politely. Another thing, prune juice and prunes are fantastic. I used to hate prunes and prune juice when I was younger. But as I started to get older, and I've always had constipation, I learned to love prune juice. And prune juice is great. You drink some prune juice in the morning, and man, that stuff comes right out. Prune juice has lots of fiber in it, and it's a great laxative to help you clear your bowels. When the stomach is clear, it feels the best. You can move around the easiest. It's not like you're carrying a brick in your stomach or a brick on your back. What I'm saying is that if you're not able to release all your bowels, you will feel a brick in your stomach, or it'll hit your back too. It affects you. Let me reset the chat one more time, folks. Be right back. All right, we're back live. We're back live. I love stewed prunes, but just because they taste good. Well, there are lots of fiber. There's lots of fiber in prunes, and they're also a great laxative. They bulk up your stool, and they're also a great laxative. You go to Costco, and you can get the big bag. You know, they call it dried plums, which dried plums are prunes. Some places call them dried plums or prunes. They're prunes. Dried plums are prunes. If you're gonna have dried plums in a bag, you don't call them dried plums. You call them prunes. But the damn bag says dried plums. Yeah, I love prunes. I mean, I could literally sit there and eat half a bag of prunes from Costco easily. I don't, because number one, there is sugar in there, and you know there's natural sugar and a little added sugar, but not much. But you would have sugar overload, and your stomach would feel like it's going to explode with all the fiber in there and shit. It'll bulk everything up, and you're going to be ready to explode. You know, having a couple of prunes in the morning, maybe a couple for lunch and a couple in the evening, no problem. It'll help you with your stool. Or drink some prune juice in the morning. I would not drink prune juice at night. I would drink prune juice in the morning before you have your coffee. That's what I do. Hey, there's my buddy. He's always on the trail there. This older dude, this big guy, he waves at me. He's in really good shape. This dude is like probably in his 70s. And he waves at me. He's a good dude. He's in good shape. I bet he could still kick some ass. What a nice guy. He always waves at me. He knows me with my camera. We all know the locals here. Prunes are about 100 calories for 5 pieces, but in moderation as a part of a healthy diet and exercise, it is okay to have them. Yeah. When are you going to unban my main channel? Shangy, is that the real you? Can you verify that that's the real Shangy, J-Rom? If it is, I want to talk with you, Shangy, because I think we can actually start to work on some things together. In spite of recent changes to things on your channel, Shangy, I think we can do some shows together, and I wouldn't mind coming on to a panel of yours. But I didn't think about unbanning you now, Shangy. I didn't know if you wanted to still work together after what happened the last time I came on your show. So, you know, I kind of just sit back and let people come to me, and if they come to me, we can talk. I'm open to whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that's the real Shangy. He's here on Mad Shangy Army 3 because I guess 2 is banned, and that's his main channel now. I wanted to let you on to give you a chance to talk about the things you didn't get to on the last one. Yep, it's him, says Jerem. Shangy, I'm totally open to that. I'm also open to working on other things, and I'm sure Coach Jerem is as well. And Shangy, look, I understand we had some past differences and stuff, but I never really had a problem with you, man. I never thought you were a bad creator. I know you just got caught up with the same thing that every single person has been caught up in. And we don't have to go public and say that, but you know, there are 1 or 2 common denominators to my story with you and my story with J-Rom's and J-Rom's story with you and me. There are 1 or 2 common denominators here, Shangy, for all of us that we dealt with and had to go through and move past from to get to this point. I think you understand what I'm saying. I don't want to say anything more. I'm sure some other people that are lurking probably put that together and know what I'm saying, but it doesn't matter. We've moved on from it, right? So yeah, Shangy, I'll unban Matt Shangy 2 later tonight or by tomorrow. And I've got my other show tonight, so I'm not available tonight. But if you want to do it tomorrow, Thursday or Friday in the evening, if you also want to bring on Coach J-Rom and JT, that would be great. Let me know. Tomorrow I got a show planned. Well, how about Friday? Figure it out and email me, and I'll get back to you this time, because now I know where you stand, Shangy. Listen, Shangy, again, I never had a problem with you. I think you know why I was kind of staying away. I just don't want to deal with any drama. And now that you've removed, I'd say, most of the drama, yeah, I'd be happy to join you. Let's do it Friday. Friday it is. Friday, maybe like 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific or something like that, Shangy, or maybe a little bit later. How about you do this? Just email me, showtime, anytime after 6 o'clock Pacific time. I think you're in the same time zone or an hour ahead of me. Anytime after 6 p.m. Pacific on Friday night, and we'll do it, and I'll unban your Mad Shangy 2 today, later tonight, or tomorrow. Sounds good. All right, folks. I'm going to give you folks one final shot to mention any final questions, comments, or concerns. I'm going to go off the air, reset the chat, and come back and shut things down after I sift through the chat one last time. Be right back. All right, we're back live. Headed to bed early day tomorrow. Much love. All right, Coach J-Rom. Have a good one, man. Sleep well. All right, folks. We're all caught up. See you all tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on Coach Eli 2 on Censored Live Streams. I'm going to be catching up with my lady live on the air. And we're going to be sharing more about her incredible transformation, the latest breakthroughs that she's had. Please join us. 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, Coach Eli 2 on Censored Live Streams. Link is below in the description, or if you're here in the chat still, you can scroll up and find where Nightbot shared it. Coach Eli 2 is at... I'm losing it. Coach Eli's 2 channel is at youtube.com/Coach Eli Uncensored. youtube.com/Coach Eli Uncensored. Sorry, a lot on my mind right now. Have a good one, folks. See you later tonight. And as always, be good to each other.